Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Khanjan. As the name suggests, this video is going to be about my journey from a backend consultant to a product manager. How did I go about it? Why did I decide to become a product manager? What was the approach I took? And what were the challenges I faced? How did I address them? And finally, how did I land up at one of my dream roles? Why did I decide to become a product manager is because I figured out when I was at the Indian School of Business the kind of activities that a PM performs in his or her everyday life, the kind of ownership a PM gets for their own product, as well as for everything that is associated with the product aspects of the company, the kind of exposure to the customers and to the outside world, and lastly, the collaboration with multiple stakeholders in the company, such as the engineering team, the sales team, the managers, the business side of things, and finally the customer. So it's like a holistic, collaborative role. And so these aspects, they really attracted me versus a back-end consultant wherein a lot of these aspects were similar, but the kind of ownership of one dedicated product was not going to be there. So I decided that that is something that is more appropriate to what I want to do and to the skills I have. And so I decided I want to make this switch. So how did I approach this? Well, it was very challenging to start with. Because I had a lot of good competition wherein everybody who was aiming to become a product manager was either already a product manager before, or a developer, or a tech person, and they had a lot of experience on the technical as well as the product specific side of things. I, however, was jack of all, master of none, and so I had to find my existing position in terms of the things I already knew, and I had to reach that point where I could be master of something. And that's when I actually measured the kind of effort that I would have to put in. The good thing was, again, the same. We had friends, we had peers in our batch who were already product managers, who knew a lot, who had prepared a lot. So I made groups with them, and we used to do cases every single day. We used to practice cases. When you want to become a product manager, the only Bible for you is product case prep. Trust me, in all my product management interviews, the soft skills part was there. It was implicit, but not an explicit round. So they were analyzing how I was as a person and as a leader in the kind of cases I was solving, in the approach I took for solving cases, but that was not the deciding factor. The deciding factor was how adept was I with the way you should be solving a product case. There are different types of product management cases, which we will talk about in future videos, but they basically see how fast are you at solving certain things, and what is your system of approaching the problem, and finally what kind of quality of the solution do you offer. So that is how I approach. So three main things. First is collaborate with people who have knowledge. Second, practice, practice and practice. Third, know where you are lacking and know where you have to go. One of the major challenges was that I did not know the technical jargons associated with a product management case. So I had to learn a lot of technical terms, and I had to use the correct words, because when you're a consultant, you use different words for the same things. For example, a consultant would call their customers as customers or consumers, but a product manager would call them users because they use the product, right? So these are certain nuances which might not make or break your case, but they help you a lot if you are adept at these terms, because there will be competition who is adept at these things. Second challenge was there was a huge lack of time. When you are in a B school, especially, which is a 1-year management course, you don't have a lot of time for studying the academic subjects, as well as preparing for the cases, as well as doing mock interviews. So time management is extremely crucial and is also the most difficult thing at a B school. So that was one of the major challenge for me also, which I had to overcome using prioritization techniques, which again is a major skill that a product manager should have. So you have to deprioritize certain things, and you have to keep the most important thing at the top, and you have to focus all your attention on that thing. And for me, it was doing product management cases. I went to such an extent that I even did a lot of case competitions to make sure that I have a couple of PPOs, and I have enough practice of competing with people as well as solving cases. Lastly, what worked for me and what didn't. What worked for me, number one, time management. That's the most crucial skill to develop and to follow through. when you are aiming for a role like product management, not only will it help you in covering ground of different types of product cases, but it also helps you to solve your cases faster and ultimately show you as a better candidate in the interviews, or a more confident candidate, to put it in better words. Second, prioritize things. So you have to prioritize the cases that need more effort of yours. You might be good at something. While you should still practice it, you should keep that aside once you're good at it, and then you should put the things on high priority which need more attention, which need more practice. For example, in my case, root cause analysis was something that I needed a lot of practice on, because that needs to have a very technical bent of mind, which, because I was never a technical person in itself, I had to develop, and so that is something I practice a lot more. Whereas a product development type of a case was something that I was better at. So you have to prioritize and devote up time accordingly. And third is have the right set of people around you. And even if you're not in a B school, even if you're trying to enter into the product management world from a normal consulting background, make sure that you collaborate more with product management enthusiasts, with people who read up a lot of blogs on it, with people who are interested in newer products, because they can give you a lot of new product development ideas, and with people who in general have a lot of knowledge about the corporate side of things, because that helps you in doing the strategy cases a lot better. So these are the top 3 things that worked for me. The things that didn't work for me: firstly, panicking. This is very natural when you're trying to transition, because you always have a sense of doubt, not on yourself but on the pedigree that you hold, whether or not the employer will see you for your actual skills, or whether they will disregard you based on just the kind of pedigree you have and you don't have the word PM written on your resume. Do not do that. Have confidence in yourself. Second thing that didn't work for me was diluting my attention to the other roles. So as I said, when you're trying to transition, you still have that strong work experience background as a consultant, or even as a back-end consultant, and that always pulls you to this direction where you might feel a little confused, or you might dilute your attention or focus towards that and this both. And that is something that you should never do, because focus is the most important quality of a product manager as well as of a PM aspirant. That's it for this video. Please comment below with any questions or any suggestions you have for some other videos, and consider connecting with me through this channel by subscribing, or connecting with me on LinkedIn, and reading up the blogs I write on PM and other topics on my website, which is all linked below. It was a pleasure to do this video. See you in the next one. Take care till then.